Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And I was busy, so I was not uploading. I was uploading only Saturday, Sunday, and I had time, so I I I think of making a video. So oh sorry everyone, I am going to tell you a new story. The new story is it's a little big story. So there could be part 1 and part 2. I don't know. Let's see. So the story's name is Peter Enters the Garden. Now let's start the story. Once upon a time there were 4 little rabbits. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail and Peter. They lived with their mother underneath the roof of a very big tree. Now, my dears, said old Mrs. Rabbit one morning, you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. MC Gregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. MC George. Now run along and don't get into mischief. I am going out. Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella and went through the wood to the baker's. She bought a loaf of brown breads and 5 currant buns. Currant means a kind of small dark berry which grows on shrubs. Do you think 4 little rabbits will listen to their mother? What will happen next? Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries. Blackberry is a kind of small soft black fruit that grows on bushes. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. Gregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. First he ate some lettuces and French beans, and then he ate some radishes, and then feeling rather sick he went to look for some parsley, a kind of leaf used as a spice of cooking. But round the end of the cucumber frame, whom should he meet but Mr. MC Gregor? Mr. MC Gregor was on his hands and knees planting young cabbages, but he jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake and calling out, "Stop, thief! Will Mr. MC Gregor catch Peter? If he does, what will you think he would do with Peter?" Peter was most dreadfully means Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden for he had forgotten the way back to the cave. He lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and other shoe among the potatoes. He ran on and went faster, but unfortunately he ran into a gooseberry net. Gooseberry means a small sour fruit that grows on bushes, like this teeny, and got caught. Peter thought his end was near and shed big tears. But his shops overhead by some friendly sparrows, he flew to him and in great excitement and begged to save himself. Mr. MC Gregor came up with a sieve which he planned to pop up upon the top of Peter, but Peter wiggled out just in time. Wiggled out means escapes while twisting and turning the body. He rushed into the tool shed. Tool shed means a small building, a building/area for storing tools, and jumped into a can. There was a can, small can, and he jumped into it. And Mr. MC Gregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed, perhaps hidden underneath a flower pot. He began to turn them over carefully, looking for each. Soon Peter sneezed. Carrot stew. Mr. MC Gregor was after him in no time. He tried to pull his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of window, upsetting 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. Gregor, and he was tired of running after Peter. He went back to rest. He was put out of breath and trembling with fright, and he no idea where to go. Do you think Peter felt bad about not listening to his mother? I have no time, so you can tell me in the comments. After a time, he began to wonder about going lippity-lippity, not very fast, and looking around. He found a door in the wall, but it was locked, and there was no room for a fat little rabbit to squeeze underneath. An old mouse was running and out stone doorstep, carrying peas and beans to her. Family in the wood. Peter asked her way to the gate, but she had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. He went back towards the tool shed. But suddenly, quite close to him, he heard the noise of bushes. But soon, as nothing happened, he came out and climbed upon a wheelbarrow and peeped over. The first thing he saw was Mr. MC Gregor hoeing onions. Hoeing means pulling out by digging earth. His back was turned around towards Peter, and beyond was the gate. Peter got down very quietly off the wheelbarrow and started running fast as he could along the straight walk behind some black currant bushes. How do you think Peter must felt when he finally saw the gates? I know he would felt very happy. Mr. MC Gregor caught his sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last the wood outside the garden. Peter never stopped running or looked behind him till he got home to the big tree. Okay everyone, I'm going to tell you a good news. I will be soon having a Facebook account and I'll be posting pictures and new videos every day. But now we have so much time. Let's do something very fun. Let me see one minute. So I have no books to do. Let me go and see from the shelf, okay? I brought another book like this. See? I have 2 books. One is of 3, one is 2. And 3 class actually. So I don't have much stories, I told you, from this book. So everyone, bye. I'll be doing and the Facebook account will be ready in some hours today only. Okay, so everyone, bye.